From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, and those of you out as far as Jackson, Tennessee, out west. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. This is your host, Dr. Shawn Pruitt, owner of Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy and owner of the Kangen Water Store of Nashville. And if you are watching this show, I am your community pharmacist. Well, welcome everyone to Season 2, Episode 1. I appreciate the support that you all showed the show last year, and it is the reason that we are still here. So get ready. We would like you to call in with your questions, your comments, and maybe even some medical pharmacy nightmares if you have any. But this show is your 1-hour forum to get out those burning questions that you have. We recognize that your pharmacists and your doctors are busy. They don't have time for this hour. I do. So call in with those questions. I wanted to briefly touch on a subject last show. A young lady called in and she asked about the medication Gralise. It's Gralise, and at the time I wasn't up on it. So after a little research, I just wanted to kind of briefly explain to all of you viewers what the medication is. It is a delayed release form of gabapentin, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with, especially those of you who happen to be people who take chronic pain medications. It's used for neuropathy, but it has a new indication with a delayed release version for post-herpetic neuralgia, which is the pain that you experience after a bout of shingles. So in shingles, what may typically happen is as the virus is traveling up the nerves, that you will experience a burning rash and some pain. So to help relieve those symptoms, the medication Gralise, or delayed release gabapentin, helps to slow down the transmission of those nerve signals, thereby reducing the pain. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, the shingles is, I believe it's herpes simplex 3 or 3 herpes simplex viruses, HSV1, which is the cold sore, the chicken pox that we all may have. Herpes simplex 2 is certainly a genital herpes, and then 3 is varicella zoster, which is shingles. So that is what the medication is indicated for. But this call is about you, so we have to get into your calls. It looks like we got on line 1, Joseph. Joseph, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
I was just trying to see what could be treated for an earache.
An earache?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what is it coming from? Hello, sir?
Who?
Yeah, what is it? Did you just get over a sinus infection, or were you? Hello, sir, Mr. Joseph? Hello? Well, yeah. Yeah, so what we will do is just basically, I'm assuming that he's having an earache. What I've seen most people do is they use a remedy called sweet oil, which is basically olive oil, and what it does, it coats and soothes the membranes in the ear. So I'm not sure what his particular issue is, but it may be from a sinus infection. So I would recommend that, and then also to take something orally like 500 milligrams of acetaminophen, maybe 1,000 if you need it. Or my favorite, naproxen sodium, some Aleve. You take maybe 1 or 2 of those every 12 hours after you've had something to eat. So I hope that answers your question. I believe it sounds like it's secondary to maybe a sinus infection or maybe some type of otitis media, which if that is the case and you have a middle ear infection, then the best thing to do is to get some antibiotics, maybe something like amoxicillin or Augmentin, and then to help your ear feel better, your doctor may prescribe something like an ear drop called antipyrine benzocaine. And so it's a combination medication which numbs the ear but also takes down that heat and that swelling and that burning. All right, looks like on line 2, we've got John. John, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. Yes, sir. I'd like to ask you just a couple of quick questions.
Yes, sir.
I have talked to I've tried just about every antidepressant that there is on the market, and I was wondering what does Prestige, does that just work on serotonin, or does it work on norepinephrine too?
I would have to research that.
Okay, let me ask you another question. Do you know of any new ones besides Latuda or that's on the pipeline right now, any new antidepressant?
Yeah, there's a new one that one of my patients just got on, and I haven't done any research on it. It's Fetzima, Fetzima, and it's for severe depressive disorder.
Okay. Well,
But if you give me a call at the store, I can research. I just saw the prescription today. It came in electronically, so I haven't had time to really research which neurotransmitters the medication works on. But I'm going to guess it's going to be serotonin as well.
Okay. Well, listen, I might call you back before I see my doctor because I've still got another 3 weeks. But anyway, I'll ask him about it if I don't get to talk to him in the meantime, okay?
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate your call.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Looks like we've got Philip on line 1. Philip, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Hey, good evening.
How you doing?
I realize you're not a physician, doctor, but I want to give you my symptoms and tell me if it makes any sense.
Yes, sir.
I'm 47. I never get sick. I mean, just never get sick. I've never suffered from any sort of allergies whatsoever. Over the past 10 days or so, I should say mornings, during the day, my chest just feels really, really bad. I feel like I got a bunch of phlegm in there, and I'm coughing and hacking. So I started taking Mucinex during the day, and I would feel much better. But in the morning, I wouldn't take anything at night. In the morning, I would wake up and just have awful coughing spells to the point of choking and almost vomiting. And switched to just a generic allergy relief, and I wasn't sleeping very long at all. I'd cough all night long and stuff. And over the past 2 days, I just started taking a generic allergy pill. And I went to bed last night at 8:30 and woke up at 5:30 and felt like $1,000,000 all day today. Does it sound like I'm somehow getting, some sort of allergy to, and I've heard a lot of that in the news of late, that allergies are really bad.
Well, you happen to live in the pollen capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee. But, and this is my opinion, there's something new in the air because I don't have allergies issues either. But this past season, even I have been coughing and wheezing, and I changed the air filters in my home, yet I still have this going on. And I've had to take a generic form of NyQuil, for the antihistamine to stop my body from reacting to whatever the pollen or whatever is irritating me. Plus it has a cough suppressant, and then, hey, it helps you sleep. So I would say that maybe it's something new that you previously weren't allergic to, and whether it's a plant that maybe has evolved or a pollen that has evolved and now everybody is sensitive to it. It's been a big issue. People have been getting a lot of inhalers and a lot of antihistamines in the pharmacy just in the past week or so. So whatever is in the air, it's affecting some of everybody.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Well, how long should I continue taking this stuff before I should maybe actually go see a doctor?
Well, I'll ask you this: is your phlegm a color or is it clear?
That's clear.
Okay, yeah. So that just lets you know it's what we call maybe if it's coming out of the nose, it's allergic rhinitis. But as long as it's allergies, you just take that as needed. There may be some days that you don't have the coughing spell. Hey, you don't need it. But it's not something that you take chronically every day. And it may be seasonal, until whatever passes or until we get a good rain to kind of wash it away. But it's PRN. It's as needed.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. All right, everyone. It looks like we are up on a break. You stay right there. Call in with those questions and those comments. We'll see you in a second.